The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
Previously on Roll Britannia, our host has been meltdown.
I think we should use the games room lads to do the investigation today.
Yes, I'm Vinnie Colpardo. I'm quite a famous journalist. Smugglers, are you?
Who are you, young lady?
Lady Fotherington, Alexandria Knightsbridge Hetherington.
Do you have a nickname?
Foz. I'm betrothed to the Colonel. Well, maybe we could have a chat later. You see the lady in the blue dress. Momentarily, she looks a bit flustered, but she very quickly adjusts her face. You see the other military man, who has been identified as
Sir Albert Hall,
with a scowl on his face.
You don't seem that bothered by this tragic news of our dear host's demise.
A terrible affair that it is. Murder's never good, but...
I'm going to snatch the newspaper out of his hand. Looks like we've got a fan of your work here, Mr. Colpardo.
Come on in.
Have you got any of those truth pills?
Take this one, and I will even throw in the expired tablet for your recreational usage.
I'll give him my steak beard.
And Bearcule Fish reappears in the doorway, and he's accompanied by a security agent. What's more concerning to me is that door was destroyed and not one single alarm went.
That's very true. Maybe you're just shit at your jobs. I mean, your master got murdered and nobody noticed. So,
Lady Fotherington, Alexandria Knightsbridge, Etherington is arriving in the room.
you said his first wife died a few months ago, and then you came
Yes,
on the
years
scene
ago.
a few months ago.
No, there was a long gap.
I'd like to roll inside on that.
Am I excused?
for now,
It sounds like she hasn't come from a great deal. That first wife knocked off, then she came on the scene. Separate beds, bitter.
met at one of
It's a
these
nice
parties.
lifetime.
Perhaps she was jealous, thought he might meet somebody else.
Yeah, if she gets to marry him, he stands in line, and then she gets all of his stuff. I don't believe anything she's saying.
All caught up? Good. Let's get back to the action. So let's jump back over. We've just done the interview. Let's jump back over to Malrus and Geoff, who are hiding in a kitchen cupboard, apparently.
Pantry. The big pantry.
Sure. What's happening? What are you got? Have you eaten everything?
Almost. That's why I'm sleepy.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but Geoff did say he'd touch me and turn me invisible, so...
Hang on, whoa.
Oh, special kind of power you've got.
That's a new thing that don't remember that, but yeah, let's do this.
Well, touch me and turn me invisible.
This week,
So,
touching
while this-
halflings in pantries.
While this interview's going on then, what are you guys going to do? Let's try, you want to get to the bottom of this.
So I'm peering out the door of the pantry, the one that goes into the kitchen, because I'm just trying to sort of gauge what's going on, because I think some people have started coming back in after my little scare escapade with the oven door. I was slamming it and scared everyone off, and now I think people are coming back in. The guards came back in. They were like, oh, there's a ghost and all that, whatever. So I want to see if I'm still invisible, so they can't see me, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to touch Malrus.
Hey.
Does he know you're doing this? I mean, he can't see you. You're just groping Malrus in a cupboard.
Oh,
he
he
consent?
can't see me. That's amazing. So
I consent.
if I actually don't tell him,
To nobody.
he has no idea. He's just going to turn it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's much more fun. Malrus, you tell me what you're
Can you
doing.
turn multiple people invisible?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I can use my
Okay, cool.
concentration, and if I then use a higher spell slot than the level, so it's a level 2 spell, so if I use a level 3 spell slot, which I have a couple of because I'm level 3,
Oh.
then I can
Okay.
I can turn another being invisible as well for the same amount of time. So
Cool. Do it.
Mal, I want to know. I want to know what Malrus is doing, because I want to sneak up on him and just turn him invisible.
All right, Malrus, what are you doing?
I am still... I guess I'm in the
against his will.
pantry. I'm in the pantry and I'm searching through food that I can just shove in my pockets for later. Just raiding the
So
pantry.
are you like shoulder deep in a barrel of apples or something?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
arse
pretty
in the
much.
air,
He's
and Jeff creeps
stomping
up
them
on
to
you.
make juice.
Yeah. Sorting them out for the young lord.
Not having that mistake with soda water again.
There's been a murder. Well, yeah, but I've got this to do first.
Priorities.
Must make juice.
Must make better drinks for his lordship.
Okay, well, he's going to... Okay, well, I'm in a kitchen, it's a pantry. Okay, well, I would like to... I want to mess with Malrus. So he knows I'm in there, but he doesn't know where. So he's jumping on the apples on the thing. I'm going to go behind Malrus, and I'm going to get some kind of
don't like
sack.
this. Don't like
Some
this.
kind of sack.
Sack.
I want to put the sack over his head and then turn him invisible. So he's sort of like, has no idea what's going on. I'm in a sack. I can't see myself. What has just happened?
Okay, I guess
I should be taking this murder more seriously, I know,
gives me
but...
real insight into your childhood.
I'm not certain of the bond. Can roll to see if you can find a sack.
So
Roll
investigation.
investigation.
Roll for sack.
This is right.
15.
Okay, yeah, you
Roll
find
for
a sack,
Excellent.
but
Right.
there's still some potatoes in it.
Okay,
Ow.
but I'm going to take the potatoes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Bag over the head. Potatoes and all.
Okay, roll 1d4, I guess.
Oh,
1d4.
you bastard.
Oh, so unsatisfying. 4.
Oh no. Yeah, Malrus, you take 4 potato damage.
Oh my god.
Think of all the carbs.
You'll lose your
You're gonna
figure,
feel-
Malrus.
You feel really
Ambushed
lethargic
by
for the rest
Chip
of the
and
day.
his sack in the pantry.
Chip and his chips.
Hey, it's a potato chip.
Anyway, so okay.
So
now slightly
I'm now
stunned.
invisible with a bag on my
Slight
head.
concussion.
And then, just to really, really mess the whole situation up a little bit more, just because I'm feeling frisky, I'm going to open up the door between the kitchen and the pantry. Just hold it wide open. I'm invisible. I'm just going to bang it open,
It's just a
bang it open
sack.
into the kitchen, and there's a floating
Can I
bag,
ask-
essentially.
May I ask?
above a barrel.
This is a bit out of character, but for God's sake, why?
So okay. Let's
Comic
just run
relief.
here.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just going to paint the
Fair
scene
enough.
for you, and we'll play this out because this is too good. So, from the cook's point of view, she's back in the kitchen. She's just had the oven door slam itself open and close a bunch of times. She ran to get security, came back with her. He thought there was actual danger in there, laughed at her, and she's been very sort of cross and cooking a little bit angrily.
Had a terrible day.
And then all of a sudden, the pantry door throws itself open, and in the middle of the pantry is a pile of mushed apples with a sack floating over the top with 3 or 4 potatoes just scattered across the floor.
Bloodstain.
Basically,
This is the scene,
I'm like a
that
bedsheet
greets-
ghost, aren't I?
Exactly that.
I am
You're
a bedsheet ghost, but with a
You're a
sack of
Hessian
potato-
bedsheet ghost.
Yeah, it would be too big with a bed sheet, so I've gone with the sack.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still get
Which is the
Okay.
natural option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
She faints.
Nice.
I want to search her. I want to see if she's got anything on her.
Me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you search her. Go on then. Roll.
Any
At
keys
which
or
point
useful...
I'm going to take the sack off my head and ask
investigation
the
again.
DM, can I actually
16.
see Jeff? Because we're both invisible. So can we see each other, or are we going to be
No.
calling out to each other?
It's not like a magical plane where you can see
Okay.
all invisible things. You are just both invisible.
Because that would have been really
Welcome
useful.
to the desert
No.
of
Yeah,
It would have been,
Do you know,
wouldn't
it would have been
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been really
But
useful.
instead, we're playing Let's Dick About in the Kitchen.
Yeah, to be fair.
Okay,
you
roll-
two clowns.
Roll investigation, I guess.
16.
How long am I invisible for?
An hour.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Or until Jeff takes damage.
You're welcome.
Until my concentration goes.
Or,
Yeah.
or you can
What
decide.
concentration?
That could be any second.
You can decide. Yeah, you can decide. Or you cast a different spell.
Yeah, if I use a different concentration spell.
Okay, with a 16, you don't find anything particularly valuable. She's got a wooden spoon on her, and she has a small pot containing a secret herb mix of 11 herbs and spices.
I'm having it.
From
I'm
the
having it.
colonel. From
You're
the
not
colonel
anywhere near.
himself.
You're underneath the Hessian sack. How do you know
I've
I'm
taken it off my head. I can see what's
You
going
don't
on.
know where he is.
So I'm searching the body. I find some herbs, and somehow
I can
you're like,
see a
yoink.
floating
Oh,
jar
okay.
of herbs.
That's
A
fair.
wonderful beard,
So you
this,
just grab the herbs that are floating.
I grab the floating herbs and slap you around the back of the head. Or what I think's the back of your head, and is in fact your face.
I'm going to say, firstly, roll...
There's got to be dice involved here.
I don't know. How do I resolve two invisible people?
Slap fighting.
groping
I'll roll against
for-
him. I'll roll
groping
against him.
Be disadvantage, wouldn't it? Both of you attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, so
Can't see each other.
roll. Both of you attack each other, unarmed attack or whatever it is, at disadvantage.
So, Keth, who do you think's the killer?
8.
18.
Sorry, I've been distracted by the ridicule that's happening in the kitchen. Well, I can't even say it in Kev's
What's
voice.
that
I've got no
noise
idea.
coming from the kitchen?
Okay, so I guess
A vengeful
Malrus
ghost.
Malrus gets the 11 secret herbs and spices.
Yes.
And slaps Jeff around, well, I guess the back of the head. Although you did say you thought it would actually be the face. So maybe it is the face. Roll damage, and then I guess Jeff, roll Constitution saving
We
throw.
haven't rolled
or
in a
whatever
while,
it
you know. I
is,
thought
to see if you lose
Constitution
concentration.
saving throw.
I think it's Constitution, isn't it?
Yep.
I've rolled a 1.
It's so
Constitution.
it'd be
Okay.
If for your damage.
fair.
So it'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be 10 plus
17.
half the amount of damage,
Constitution.
but obviously you round up, so it'd just be 11. Oh,
Constitution saving throw.
17.
17. Yeah, you keep the magic up.
Okay, if he's stealing my magic, I've been battered on the back of the face, around the face, and I've got herbs from now seemingly an invisible source as well. So what the hell, Malrus? Oi, I did this as a favour. Got another way I did it wasn't a favour, but it's supposed to help. sorry. Carry. Malrus. So
this as a
I'm
favour.
right. You keep searching the. I want to check the bins. I reckon if something.
Check the bins.
Yeah, I got drugged last night, didn't we? We all got drugged, so someone might have
You
poisoned
do
our
have a
food at
point.
dinner. I'm going to check the bins, see if like any vials of sleeping antidote or things might have been. Maybe I'm not going to check the bins. I'm not going to check the bins. I'm going to assume they wouldn't be that careless.
You do, Jeff. You do what you want to do. This is the magical world of D&D. If you want to check the bins, you check the bins.
I rolled a
mate.
2,
just-
so it's
you've
fucking
just
relevant anyway.
Sacked up Malrus and turned both of you invisible. Like checking the
rolled a
bins
2.
is not a ridiculous stretch, right?
I rolled a 2.
Okay, yeah,
That's
you
not
check the
too
bins
far.
and you stick your hand right into a rotten egg, and you get rotten egg on your hand.
I keep my hand in the bin and I call Malrus. Hey, check it out.
What?
Oh my god!
What do you want?
And as he comes over, I'm going to grab hold of him, find him with my left hand because my right hand's in the bin. Come on, come over.
Roll. It's either deception or performance. I'm not sure.
Let's go with deception. Deception. Oh,
Malrus, roll insight to contest it.
15.
16.
Do you know, I think we have more rolls already in this episode than we had in the last 3 combined.
Okay, so he didn't. Fine, he doesn't come over, but I just pull my hand out and flick it in the general direction that I think he is.
Roll to hit at disadvantage.
So we're basically having a
4.
food fight in the kitchen
Yes.
whilst the other guys are
4,
interrogating people.
I'm going to say doesn't hit.
Damn it.
So you just fling some rotten egg across the kitchen.
Yep.
Can it land on the maid?
Yeah, I was going to say, does it land on the chef?
God.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yes.
She's had a really bad day at work. I'm well tempted.
Yeah. Yeah. And whose fault is that?
His.
Me. It's mine.
Okay, so
Well, I wanted to check the bin.
I mean, that's some good
my-
shenanigans.
My
Can we-
theory
can
was
we get
bin
on-
poisoning. So
Can we get on with some actual proper searching?
Your theory
now?
was poisoning. Was
no,
it?
we got knocked out and were suddenly
Okay,
unconscious.
we got
Last time
drunk.
that,
You
yeah,
said poisoning, and he had a big knife in the back of his.
no, not the theory on the death, but the
It's
theory
just a red herring.
could be a red herring. They could have poisoned him and then stuck the knife in afterwards.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be as careless to let someone stab me in the back.
Or
I'd
maybe
have to
he
be
always
unconscious.
walks around with a knife in his back. You don't
It's
know.
just
Did
very
you check him
gangster.
before?
That's it. He was fine until you pulled it out, Derek.
We just got
That's
to wait.
just how he sleeps.
He was just having a nap.
Face down on a desk with a knife in his bag.
We just got to wait on the lab results.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Right, so we need a very poorly lit room then, with some Who playing and
Somebody looking into a microscope for sort of no.
yeah,
apparent
lots of
reason.
technology that doesn't really
Yeah.
exist. That's what we need.
Yeah, somebody
good.
looking into a microscope with their glasses on their head and then turning and
Absolutely
and nodding
nobody
to
wearing
confirm.
any sort of hairnets
No,
or
no.
no.
Turning
Yeah.
and nodding vigorously to confirm, and then going back to the
Yeah.
microscope for whatever reason.
Oh, and they put it through APHIS. Always put it through
Oh,
APHIS.
yeah.
Every time. Yeah.
Zoom in and
What the
enhance.
fuck's going on?
Yeah, zoom in and enhance. Anyway,
Yes.
Can I go upstairs now?
as I said to you before, this is the magical world of D&D. You do what the fuck you like.
Yeah.
I was
trip
just
him.
waiting for all that craziness to finish.
Oh, he's a young lad. You gotta let him burn himself out.
Can I use my rope to hog tie Malrus? No, I'm joking.
You don't know where I am.
God!
No, I'm joking.
Are we just gonna
No.
just?
Right. I'm gonna go upstairs to the private parlour.
Okay.
Up he goes.
You're gonna go upstairs and you're gonna go to the door for the private parlour.
Have you told me you've done this, or have you just done it?
I've just done it. I got bored.
Fucking great.
Yeah, so he's left
I've
you
got
alone
no
in the
idea that
kitchen.
you've left.
Oh, hold on. After all of this, why would he want to take you with him?
Yeah.
I made him invisible.
I guess roll perception to see if you realise that Malrus has left.
Maybe he sees mucky egg footprints leading out the door.
Sorry, what was your perception check?
7.
Yeah, you have no idea. You're just rummaging through shit in the kitchen. Malrus, you've gone upstairs. We'll come back to you, Jeff.
That's
It's like a
fine.
chimp in a
I'll go
restaurant,
off.
just
I'm on
flinging
my own
stuff
little
around
mission
on its
now.
own.
I've got one mission in mind, and I'm going for it.
Just seems to me like Jeff's gone into the kitchen and just had a breakdown.
Yeah, he's snapped. He's completely snapped. He's gone mad with power at his sorcery, and then he just started flinging food around.
You used a 3rd level spell just to dick around.
Just to fuck with him.
Amazing.
He's lost it.
Yeah.
My only successful experiences with magic really are either burning the shit out of everyone or dicking around with Starflower and fucking around on the Teldath. So, yeah, my only success so far, I think makes sense, is just pranks.
Okay.
I'll maybe find a use for it at some point. But...
So, Malrus,
Yeah.
you go upstairs and you're heading to the right to try and go towards the private parlour, yes?
Yeah, I am indeed.
Okay, you get to a locked door.
Can I roll to get through it?
I mean, yes. This is how. Has it
You
really
have-
been this
What do
long?
I need
since
to
You
roll?
have played D&D before, right?
Yeah.
You get to a locked door, Maris. You've turned right at the top of the stairs, and you see ahead of you a set of glorious double doors.
Ooh,
And on the door is the word private.
lovely.
Privé.
Is it sleight of hand? I'm going to try and
I mean-
thieves' tools my way in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you try
Actually,
that,
you
yeah.
know what? I'm going to try and open the door first, just in case it's been carelessly left
Okay.
open.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's locked.
Okay. Then I will just use the sleight of hand roll that I did, and that was 17.
Okay, so you reach up, you jiggle the handle, it's definitely locked. And you go to use your thieves' tools, and you roll
17.
a 17, and you do unlock the door.
Woohoo.
You hear all the you put your pre-tensioner in there. You jiggle around. You move the tumblers around. And you hear all the right sounds, and it gives it a click. And you go, yes, that door is unlocked. Are you turning the handle and going in?
I am indeed.
Okay. As you open the door, an alarm sounds.
Ooh.
I'm just going to
And you
go
hear the
through it
sound
anyway. I'm
of
invisible.
running footsteps coming up the stairs.
I'm invisible.
If
They
only
don't
you
know.
were invisible. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're
Jeff, this was your plan all
welcome.
along, right?
It's a false alarm.
It wasn't a
Did you close the
breakdown.
door?
Yes, door closes behind me, and I'm going to lock it. Can I roll to lock it again?
Yeah, you
Good
can.
idea.
Yeah, go for it. You're locking yourself in.
I am. And that's an 18.
Oh,
Yeah, you lock that door, my friend.
you fucking
You pretty much
locks
do the
it.
same process, but kind of just slightly altered. And you.
What have you got there?
It's got a lockpick.
He's actually got lockpicks.
I thought about getting some recently. I kind of need to now.
I'm learning now.
Okay, right.
I'm expecting you to describe the action then.
Gotta get the
Okay, so you're through this
tensile
door, and from the other side of the door, you hear two voices, sort of muffled, saying, well, the alarm was coming from here, but the door's locked. And you see the handle sort of jiggle a little bit, so must be a false alarm. I told him the system wasn't working properly. You know the study door didn't go off when they kicked it down? Yeah, there's bugs in the system since they put it in. I know. Oh, let's report back, tell him what we found.
These guys are
And you hear
not
the
good at
steps
their job.
walking away.
They're not good at their job.
They went to the
check
stormtrooper
out
school
the room,
of guard.
really.
I'm just imagining Metal Gear Solid, and there's like wandering around with yellow question marks above their head.
So
Crate in the middle of the hallway.
Dun, 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 dun.
Or like the Skyrim bandits where it's like, must have been the wind, and he's got an arrow through his neck.
High wind. Okay, Malrus, you have locked yourself into the private wing of the
just
manor.
very, very from the map that you have, the butler has given us. Is it the first set of double doors? So I'm technically in the corridor next to the bathroom now.
You are indeed.
Just so I can visually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you've got the ladies' lounge ahead of you, and the ladies' bedroom. Goodness me! What a time
Well, as we've
have.
been through this before, Keth. It is the Colonel's bedroom and the Colonel's lounge.
Sorry, I meant
As
to
we've
say
been
it's
through
the
this.
Colonel's bedroom and the.
Well,
Colonel's
it's her lounge now because he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it is. That's true. Yeah,
It's my lounge now.
She's instantly renamed before he's even cold.
the first thing she did after breakfast was get the decorators round just to repaint the sign.
Just as the scullery boy was writing out the map, she reached over and was like, no, I'm sorry. That's the ladies' lounge.
It did say Colonel's bedroom, but there's actually a cross through it, and it's
in a different handwriting to the rest.
handwriting.
Fucking scrawled.
Am I right in thinking that all the doors in this area will be open?
Yes, they are all unlocked. Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay, so you're going through to the private parlour then, eh?
You know, I think for now I might check out what's in the lounge, just to paint a little bit of a picture of what might be around there.
The Colonel.
Okay,
the
so as
Colonel's
you go,
lounge.
Yes, the Colonel's.
the Colonel's
Not
lounge.
the ladies' lounge.
No.
No,
Right,
no.
excellent, cool.
You're thinking of a different lounge.
Yes. Thinking of a different colonel. So as you enter the colonel's lounge, a wide room that spans the entire width of this wing of the manor, and there's high windows on both sides, giving you one view into one of the interior courtyards and one view out across the storm-ridden skyline of the island. In the lounge, there are a number of very, very squashy, comfy-looking Chesterfield sofas with a number of bookcases on the walls with books wrapped in rich leather, and the bookcases themselves are made of a rich mahogany. And there is the scent of
many
money in the air. Many leather-bound books. Yes. And there are there's a few sort of little tables with knickknacks and things on them, and a globe in the corner, of course.
An actual globe?
And that's...
I'm not there, never mind.
We have no idea of the chaos that has ensued since we wrapped up.
No. We're like in the middle of the question, we're like, oh, I'm sure they're doing fine, getting on with it. They must have found some evidence by now.
We'll give them a call, see what they found.
And on the wall on the far side is a portrait of a younger-looking colonel, one with all his hair, and which is an auburn colour to match his beard and moustache arrangement. The lamb chops, I think we agreed on was mutton chops.
Kept my tick in
his
check.
mutton chops, which is also of an auburn, and he has fewer medals than you saw him previously on his emblazoned upon
if he's
his.
younger, they might have been lamb chops.
They could, they were lamb chops. That's true. Yes, actually, they were lamb chops. But you can see that even from this young age, he had already risen to the rank of colonel.
Am I right in thinking that I could be the only one in this side of the house right now?
I couldn't possibly say.
Okay.
Why don't you roll and find out?
What?
I guess you can roll perception.
I will roll perception, and that is a 13.
13? You think you look like it feels like you're alone.
We're alone.
Might not be.
Literally
Could be.
what popped
Might
into
not
my
be.
head as well.
Can I do a... would it be perception or investigation? I want to look for a safe or anything that looks like it might lead me to a safe. Like a book, the dodgy book thing in the wall, or a painting that might look out of place.
I mean, there is a very large bookcase against one of the walls. Are you intending to go around and search every single book for a...
No, that would be a very, very
false book.
long...
Yes, he is.
I mean, we can leave you to it.
You know what? I'm gonna try and move the painting, see if there's anything behind the painting.
Okay. I mean, you can just about reach the painting, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks like a really suspicious-looking bookcase, and he's like, can't be anything there.
I'm gonna go back to it. I'll go back to it. I just wanna have a look at the behind the painting first.
Safe here, neon arrow.
Yeah.
Red herring, that.
It's probably a red herring.
You guys can talk. Come on.
Too easy.
Knife in the back. How long did it take us to get through that?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Touche.
okay.
This is your time.
Let me have
You
the
reach
painting.
up and you move the painting, and behind it, very cleverly concealed, is
Fuck all.
some old wallpaper because they didn't bother decorating behind the painting.
Okay. No worries. I will go to the bookcase.
Lazy bastards.
Well, that's behind all my paintings.
Proper body shop.
Just paints around them.
To clarify, I have no paintings.
Check underneath the rug in the room. See if they only vacuum up to the edge of the rug as well.
Yeah.
Malrus runs his finger along the skirting board and is disgusted by what he finds.
He looks at his clipboard and rates it a 4 out of 10.
16
Is it 4
dead
in a bed
bees
now?
Here
I
again.
found in this room alone.
I'll be honest with you, I'd rather find 16 dead bees than 16 live ones,
Yeah.
Yeah, in fairness.
especially indoors.
Yeah. James's greatest fear. More than 15 bees. Bees in even numbers. I can't handle it.
If it's 15 or lower, he's absolutely fine.
I can take 15 bees, but 16 is just one bee too
Just
many.
walk into a room, oh, there's 14 bees in here, it's fine.
3, 4. Well, that's fine. Yeah. Keeps losing count.
One more,
Stay still,
one more
stay
bee flies into the room. Ah!
I'm covered in bees! Oh, wait, hold on.
There's a good Eddie Izzard reference.
Oh, Eddie Izzard.
Oh, God, have we done anything yet this recording?
No.
I think
not really.
I've done a little bit. Not a lot.
Okay,
Not to
Malrus,
solve a murder.
I would like you to roll investigation then, please, to see if you can find anything suspicious in this suspicious-looking bookcase.
And bees.
It's an alcohol.
14.
14 bees!
14.
Oh, you're all right. It's fine.
Oh. Even talking about it's giving me the creeps.
Oh, dear.
The hibbity-jibbities.
I'll be honest, one bee indoors is too many, but more than one bee and the room is dead to me. Brick it up, I no longer have that room.
Burn it down.
There might be
Burn
a
them
bee in
all.
it.
Okay, yes. You start investigating the bookcase and you very slowly work your way. I mean, are you climbing the ladder and starting at the top, or are you starting at the bottom and working your way up?
Ladder at the top, working my way down.
Okay, cool. So while you're doing that, let's go and see. I mean, we can either go to do some interrogating, or go back to the shit show that is Jeff throwing crap around a kitchen. What would we like to do?
Jeff
boys and
Hansen
girls?
in the
Standing
kitchen.
with his shirt off, screaming his own name.
Whirling his shirt around his head. He's shat in his top hat. He's just lost it.
I think we'll very, very quickly just see what Jeff. What have you been up to?
All of that. Literally, no.
He's written his name in ketchup on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff had about 5-10 minutes of basically apologising to Malrus, and then only to have nothing back in reply, to realise that Malrus had probably left the room.
He's like, fine, be that way then.
Yeah, and then after sort of getting angry at him again for not responding, realised he is probably not there. So assuming that he'd probably gone back towards the pantry, went into the pantry and saw there was actually another door at the back of the pantry, so ventured out there, and it led him to like a little corridor.
Okay.
And sort of walked down that corridor, sort of poking his head into any rooms, and I figured that there's a couple of rooms that would be locked, potentially. Like
I don't know, why don't you try and find out?
The room directly okay, he opens the door, and there's a room door directly opposite him, and he tries to open it.
Yeah, the door opens.
Okay, he pokes his head inside. Sees his a bedroom, I'm assuming. It looks like a bedroom.
Yeah, it's a bedroom. It's meagerly furnished, but still a private bedroom. There is a double bed in it as well, and a small desk in the corner. So it doesn't look like it belongs to any of the gentry that would be attending the house. Okay. It looks like potentially someone like Lycos, someone who is of high standing in the below stairs people.
Well, I just have a quick cursory glance around the room, just if there's any kind of doll-shaped things in the room anywhere. But I got a 9. But I've got some extra bonus points for it in is it investigation? Would that be? Yeah, probably investigation. Or is it perception?
Yeah, I would say investigation, yeah.
Okay, then investigation, yeah, I just got a 9, so no dolls in there. So I leave that room alone.
There's a bear.
There's a bear?
Ooh. There's a bear.
Well, I'm going to kill a huge bear.
Rolling it.
And there's a bear in the room.
Roll initiative.
Close that door quickly.
that he somehow didn't see until now.
Yeah, I know I rolled a 9, but come on.
The bear just goes...
just looking around them, goes hairbrush, mirror, toothbrush, pillow, grizzly, pillow. Hold on, what?
Okay, well, I'll go and have a look at the bear. I'll pick that up and shove it in sort of like my jacket. Sort of just hoif it in. So
it's a sort of cuddly brown bear. It's missing an eye, and it's got it looks a little bit worn. Yep. But it's got some of the stuffing's a little bit lumpy now, but it looks like it's been hugged every night for its entire existence.
Excellent. And now it's Jeff's.
And that was it. Didn't know it had its last night of hugging.
I did tell Berkey or Fish that we were there to nick stuff. So
yeah, and more specifically, looking for something in the shape of a doll.
There you go.
Teddy bear. Right, I'm having that. So then I continue out of that room again. I've got everything I could possibly get from that room, I think. Wander down the hall a little bit more. Next door on my left. Try that door. Is it locked?
No, it's not locked.
Sound. Go inside. Some kind of...
Oh, it's dead easy, this.
What are we seeing? Like
it's shelves? A room with shelves and boxes and crates.
Can I have a look?
All sorts of...
I want to have a look around to see...
Roll investigation.
I want to see if there is any kind of hidden trapdoors or cellar doors or anything like that. I got a 17.
17, yeah. Against the far wall is a staircase leading down.
Ooh. Yes. Go down the stairs.
On his own.
Okay. You go down the staircase.
Yes.
And you find yourself in a very dark space.
Okay. Now, because it's not apparently a concentration spell, I can use light.
No.
One action. Light is. It's not concentration, I don't think.
Yeah, so it just says one action.
As I understand, if you cast another spell, it breaks your concentration,
yes,
does it not?
It does.
No, only if you use a concentration spell.
Yeah. Only if you cast
so I can do multiple things at the same time, but as long as I'm only using one concentration spell. So I'm going to do light on my...
Thank God he was trying to trick you.
Yeah. That would have been really funny if just Malrus suddenly appeared in an awkward situation.
Just at the top of a ladder looking through some books,
peering through someone's window.
Just one of the guards comes in and goes, "Oh, we actually probably should have checked this."
Yeah. And Malrus appears.
So I told you we should have just walked in, just walked to the rooms, just make sure there's a... Hold on.
So I touch...
Hello. What have we got here?
I'm going to touch light on my top hat, because I want a glowing top hat, and it looks like I've constantly had a good idea.
It does. I mean...
Sort of defeats the point of being invisible, though, doesn't it?
I don't really know how to rectify invisibility whilst wearing an item of clothing that gives off light. I mean, the only thing I can think is that you are now totally invisible, but somehow illuminating a room. Yep. Like you're so bright, no one can see you.
No, it's just
there's
a glowing
spectre.
Top hat. There's a glowing top hat.
Oh, so just the top hat is visible?
Yeah, I touch an item, and just the item glows. So it's like Keth's cape.
Ah.
Okay,
but it's just
sure.
a top hat. So there's a floating, glowing top hat now.
Okay, so we'll resolve it like that.
For anyone
and as the light bursts forth from your top hat, illuminating the space in which you're in and reaching every corner because it's very bright. It's the power of 1,000,000 candles.
1,000,000?
And it illuminates.
You got it from a garage.
1,000,000 candles.
20-foot radius, but
Jeff has no retinas anymore.
and I only had the one left.
It's true.
I did, yeah. It's true. You find yourself in an extremely well-equipped and...
Please say torture room.
Nest of bees.
Please say torture room.
it's a giant nest of bees.
Well-equipped
Oh,
nest
boobies.
of
Oh,
bees.
yes.
Oh, they got fighter jets or something.
5G bees.
Tanks. You find yourself in a extremely well-equipped but surprisingly small wine cellar.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God. Oh,
Get in.
all the...
I'm not going to do it.
This might be good therapy to get him out of his recent breakdown.
Okay,
After we did the last one.
Immersion
Can
therapy.
I see
Yes.
any other exits? Like, are there any other exits from this cellar?
well, why don't you look for one?
Okay, I'm looking for an exit. I've rolled a 5.
You do not find another exit.
I'm going to smash a bottle of wine,
Okay.
and I'm going to have another look for an exit.
This
This time I rolled a
no.
3, so I'm going to smash another bottle of wine.
Let's just see how expensive
I
that
told
wine
you,
was.
he's just having a breakdown.
Yeah, he's having a bad time.
He's having a bad day, isn't he? Fucking losing it.
Well, we got invited to a fancy party, then got knocked out and accused of murder, and now we have to solve it, like, to clear our names. So, yeah, I'm having a bad day.
We don't have to solve it to clear our names. Our names are clear.
Why don't we
It's fine.
leave them?
We're part
Oh,
of the
we'll just
investigation
fuck it off.
team. Well, two of us
It's
are.
true.
No.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm on the hunt for a doll.
And okay, so you've just smashed about 640 gold's worth of wine, and we'll jump back over to the investigators.
Oh right.
while
Okay, is
you
that still happening?
drink
Are we still
or-
doing that?
Yes. All this has happened whilst we were, I guess, well, kicking the
Interviewing
crap out
Foz.
of Foz.
Yeah.
Well, I think Foz left, didn't
She
she?
did.
So-
We let her go for now.
And you wanted to interview who next?
I would like to first have a look for the a copy of the same paper that Albert Hall was reading, same edition, to find Vinnie Corpado's article, and just have a quick scan through that and find out what it was about.
Keth,
Yeah, I mean, there's a fresh set of papers in the breakfast room, and you can quite easily go and grab one of those.
Keth is going to quickly tidy up the room and scoop the bits of broken chair and lob them into the fire. Like nothing happened.
Really expensive chair as well.
Nothing happened here. All you can smell is a bit of really...
Like $2,000 worth of
polish.
chair.
Burning varnish. Yeah. That's gonna set him. That's gonna set him on edge. Yeah. So, what do I glean from the article that Vinnie Corpado wrote about smuggling and stuff like that?
Yeah, the article names and shames a number of high-profile smugglers. It's a recap on an article that was published a while ago,
Right.
and the reason it's recapping is because the sentencing was due to be carried out today.
Right.
So the sentence had been passed, but the actual result of that sentencing was due to be carried out today, and this was sort of a recap of the story that had led to the executions, if you will, and it talks of a secret ring of smugglers using imperial ships as a way of bypassing the border controls and inland revenue, for want of a better word.
Corruption, I smell.
I don't begrudge anybody cheating the tax man, but if they're upper class, then it's a bit, it's a bit seedy, isn't it? Us working class people, we could commit crimes, but when posh people do it, it's just a bit rude, quite frankly.
If that's how you sleep at night, Derek,
I sleep, as you well know, I sleep in the same bunk bed as you. And I will tell you, restlessly.
I told you, I'm the big spoon. I will not back down on that.
I just feel so safe in your arms.
So I'll share that with Keth. When you say the sentencing was due to be carried out today, is that just because the article was written before the executions, or is it because something happened and they didn't get executed?
No, it's just the conclusion of the case, and the paper has arrived, and today is the day that was due for those executions.
Cool.
Execution.
Wicked.
Okay. And as you're discussing this with each other and you're relaying the information, Bercule Fish appears in the doorway, accompanied by Vinny Calpado. And he says, Monsieur, I have Monsieur Vinny Calpado here for you. He was very nervous to join you, but I think he is nervous all the time.
Yes, what a surprise.
And Vinny says, good afternoon.
Is it the afternoon already? Bloody hell, time's got away from me.
Yes, well...
Vincent, calm yourself down.
Where shall
Take
I...
a seat. Do you want a drink?
I could, yes. I rather think I could. Do you have 1634?
No.
Oh,
We have brandy and soda water. But I think one of our friends has gone to get some apples or something.
just a brandy then,
Soda
please.
water it is, on its way. No, don't worry, I'm only pulling your leg, Vincent. Here you go.
Oh,
I'm going to just say to the Soda Fast speech, just say,
I've got Mr. Colpardo here. Keth and I we just let Lady Foz retire for a little bit. She's not out of the realms of suspicion yet, but when we all link back up, we'll have a natter about it. If anybody's got any questions for him, feel free to give us a shout, give us a bell. I trust that you're both doing valuable investigation work.
From the other end of the Stone of Far speech, you just hear, "Can't find the fucking door."
Oh, looks like.
And then the line goes dead.
Share a quizzical look with Derek across the room going, huh?
Can I send a message to Derek?
Like
Yes.
Just so they know where I am.
Or
No, just on the Stone of Fast speech.
Stone of Fast
Oh,
speech
yeah.
is just
It's
talking.
Well,
Just
yeah,
do it.
just
It's
talk.
getting to screen now.
Derek,
Yes, hello.
did you just
Oh,
say you
Malrus.
let Foz go?
we haven't let her go, but we've ceased questioning her for now. She was very reluctant to answer our questions.
Do you know where she's gone?
Keth?
No, I don't. We just had to leave.
Oh, crap!
Because I'm dicking about in the Colonel's lounge.
Mr. Oh, shit. Mr. Fish, did you happen to see where Lady Foz went?
Mon ami, no, I did not see that. She is, as you say, for now at least, the lady of the house. It is her place. She goes as she pleases.
Okay, well, just keep yourself hidden away, Malrus, if that's possible. I don't know how you would possibly do that, but, because if she walks into the room and sees you there, before all hell's going to break loose, quite frankly.
Wonderful.
Okay. Bercule shuts the door and steps inside the room and shuts the door. And he addresses Vinny, Mr. Carpado, and he says, Mr. Carpado, I hope you are understanding that me and my companions here, we have to rule out any possible suspects. So it would help us all if you could tell my companions here what your recollections are of the last night's evening, and perhaps if you have any suspicions of your own. Vinny says, it's all a bit of a blur last night. And he picks up the brandy and drains the glass and puts it back down. He says, it was, all a bit nerve-wracking. I never feel I fit in with the aristocracy, you see. I'm merely a journalist, you see. I write the stories, but I don't tell them. I'm not a bard, you see. I can't. Public speaking, it's all a bit of a blur. But I don't think I saw anything suspicious. I mean, it was
Just
all
tell
such
us
a lovely evening.
What you remember happening?
Well, we had the dinner, as you know, and well, there was the fish incident, and that was rather fun.
Derek, can I just roll a performance check? Derek laughs like he knows he's in on the joke. But,
roll it.
Natural 11, which is 18.
He believes you. He's like, yes, as I see you remember the fish. It was
it's a classic.
Droll.
It's a night I will remember for the rest of my life.
Just elbowing Keth going.
I wish I wish I remembered more of it to tell the truth. It was such good wine, and well, I remember singing at some point. Yes, there was the music and the singing, and then the lady she left. Oh, she went quite early, I believe, and then it all becomes a blur after that. The brandy was flowing, and
Vinny.
the next thing I know,
Let
I
me
was.
stop you there, Vinny. You
Yes,
say the
yes,
lady
yes,
left
yes.
early. Which lady? What was she wearing?
But Lady Fotherington,
Keth, now's not the time.
Alexandria Knightsbridge Etherington.
Oh, she
You know
left early,
the
did
lady of that. Yes, she. Yes.
That's
say,
fair enough. Just making sure it wasn't Corinne.
Is there any point, Mr. Colpardo, during the night that your memory sort of stops abruptly and, perhaps if you drank too much, you might have blacked out or...
It's hard to say, really. I was having such a lovely evening. I think, I do remember it was very odd. Sir Albert, he seemed to disappear not that long after Lady Fotherington. He did return, though.
Ooh.
Very strange. I'm not sure where he went. He was just sudden. I distinctly remember looking for him because he asked to speak to me. And yes, and I saw the opportunity as everyone was fully engaged with good old sing-song. And, well, he was nowhere to be found. And I was rather vexed.
Understandable. Did he come back alone?
Yes. I rather feel that I was worse the wear by that point. I remember him there later in the evening, but I don't rightly know when. It was all...
I mean, my memory of that is quite foggy as well.
Do you remember Albert Hall speaking to the lady at all before they both left?
Well, I think everyone was talking. It's hard for me to say. I think I remember them talking. My memory is a blur. Do you have any more brandy?
No, we don't, Vinny.
By
I
all
think it's
means.
the last thing that you need at the moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry, he's designated interviewer. I'm half cut myself, to be honest.
I want to keep your mind sharp, Vinny. Once we get the details, we'll get you some brandy.
Can you both roll insight, I guess?
Yep. Insight 13.
18. Get in.
You both believe him.
I believe him about the.
Oh, you just believe everything he's saying.
Okay, interesting.
I'm waiting for time to dive in with that.
I'd like to go sort of. Were you surprised? Try and wait for a moment where he's sort of thinking, and then try and catch him off guard and go. Were you surprised when you got the invitation?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I've had invitations to all manner of addresses and soirees and such.
Just
it's
in
all
general
since.
or off the colonel?
Oh, it's all since my article was published. I never realised there would be such a big hoo-ha.
I've read your article.
Oh, have you? Did you enjoy it?
It was all right.
Enlightening, I thought, but
Bit rough on the old backside.
Oh, I see. How very. Yes.
I'm only messing with you, mate.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
I'm not.
Yes,
It was terribly uncomfortable.
Especially because he used it after I did as well.
There was one thing.
Sticky.
I must say there was something odd that I feel I must unveil to you to alleviate my name. You see, I was invited here by the Colonel, but it seems Sir Albert Hall also wished to speak to me. It wasn't just Sir Albert Hall who had asked to speak to me. The Colonel also invited me here specifically to talk to me about something.
We've heard that from somebody else.
I rather feel that, well, they may have been discussing. They said they had something even bigger than the smugglers to discuss with me. And naturally, you can understand, I was rather excited about it. I mean, a fellow like myself usually only gets one big break, and, well, I rather feel I've had mine. But when this sort of story lands in your lap, well, I have to make accommodations to see it through, you know?
Of course, it's enticing, but I would be careful. Of course, it's enticing, but I would be careful, though.
You dropped your pen.
Oh, sorry. That's I told you I'm half cut. Because curiosity killed the cat, but of course, I think you're quite lucky that it wasn't some sort of ruse. I've got a couple more questions, but maybe my friend here might have...
Vincent, now the Colonel's unfortunate demise, what does that mean to you now?
It's Vinny.
Mr. Colpardo.
Mr. Colpardo. Anywho, I've had a few of the brandies that you were supposed to be drinking. Now that the Colonel's no longer with us, what does that mean to you with your story?
Oh. Well, I'd rather feel that I owe it to myself to at least speak to Sir Albert Hall, you see, but he's been rather tough to track down.
Have you seen him since?
Not since breakfast, I'm afraid. I was a bit indisposed as a result of, well, this terrible news, and as soon as I recovered myself, I've yet to find out where he's gone. I searched the parlour room and the waiting room and, the upstairs parlour room again, and, well, I don't...
Do you find it funny that you, who vaguely knew the Colonel, had to take time to recover, and yet Sir Albert Hall, who seemed to know him quite well, was quite blasé about the whole thing at breakfast? As I recall, didn't even look up from his paper.
I rather feel that Sir Albert didn't like him very much.
Interesting. What do you know of the Colonel's reputation in the was it the army or the navy that he was in?
I didn't actually say.
What do you know of the Colonel's reputation, or in the army, or was it the navy that he was in? Out of interest.
He was in the Royal Guard, so a special division, as I understand. I don't know a great deal about his main doings, but I do understand it was a rather lucrative enterprise. Well, I must say he hasn't got the best reputation among us civilians. He's somewhat ferocious, as we understand. He has a bit of a knack for getting answers, I think, is the way it was described to me.
Well, we could bloody use him right now, couldn't we? Did you hear that? William Keth
Shaftesbury, remember? You and your,
I'm sorry.
You and your nicknames.
I know. I just can't help myself.
I did hear that. Yes,
he was in the Royal Guard.
He was indeed. Tell me, Vincent, did you like the Colonel?
Vinny.
Sorry,
it's
really
Vinny.
don't like Vincent. Okay, Vinny.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just not my name.
Oh.
I was named Vinny at birth.
By who?
Well, my parents.
Oh, yes.
Where were they between the hours of 10?
And these parents, how well did you know them?
All my life, I'm afraid.
Did you like the Colonel, Vinny? Have any ill feeling towards him?
Well, no more than anyone else may have done. Not so much an ill feeling as a sense of existential dread of him one day knocking on my door and expecting answers. But when he's the one giving me the answers, I suppose it's one of those engagements that one must take on.
Had you met him before the events of last night?
I'm ashamed to say I had not.
Very interesting. And where is it that you travelled from to get here?
I travelled from Neverwinter.
Right. And how is it back there? It's been a long time since I've been.
It's a glorious empire ruled over by a benevolent queen.
What's the queen's name?
Are we actually asking him because you want to know if he knows, or have you just forgotten?
I want to know if he knows.
I'm gonna just go over to the. I'm just gonna leave the table and do that sort of Columbo rubbing the bridge of my nose, thinking face. Go over to, and in the Stone of Fire speech, I'm gonna phone Jeff and go, Jeff. It seems like we all drank the same wine last night at dinner, but Mr. Colpardo and so far Lady Foz seem to remember much further into the night than we can. Perhaps you might be able to find... It sounded like you were smashing some glass, so maybe you could find out if, say, any of the wine was drugged or if it was just our glasses, or...
Yeah. Oh, not a problem. Do you want me to just, taste each one?
Okay.
I
want you to go through the bins.
However,
open them all.
Every single bottle and take a swig and just
however you want to do
it.
It was just an idea, mate. However you want to do it.
I'll give it. Not a problem.
Just sounded right up your street.
I'll give it a good go, Derek. Just for you, mate. I'll take this one for the team.
So Jeff's falling asleep in the basement.
That solves that one.
I'd just like to turn back to Vinny and go,
yeah, well, as I say, it's been a long time since I've been to Neverwinter. Benevolence of the Queen. I mean, I do remember what it was like to be under her rule. Those were the days.
It's a marvellous time. There's crime on the streets is at an all-time low. Frankly, an honest gentleman like myself can walk the streets in complete confidence that they will almost certainly not be robbed.
It's such a shame, isn't it? It used to be a seller's market.
I'm not terribly sure. I understand your jape.
Don't worry about it. It's not relevant or important.
Is there any more you need of me? Because
the only thing that
I rather feel I need to get to the bottom of why I was invited here. I must find Sir Albert Hall.
I would advise against it for now.
Certainly don't look for him on your own.
Yes, definitely
Absolutely not. I would prefer it if we went with you, if anything. If you could hold off.
Why don't you call him into the room? Get Berkule Fish to call him in.
Berkule?
Oui, monsieur. I believe the house is a safe place. I mean, relatively speaking, there is at least one murderer among us.
There's been a murder.
Typically, that's more than you find in a house. At least when I'm not in the room.
As it says, there is at least one murderer among us. I cannot speak if there is more, but I do know there is at least one because we have what is known in the industry as a dead body.
Your technical talk is astonishing.
And, as a professional as me, as you will know, there has been a murder.
It's going to be the ultimate Hot Fuzz reference, and every single one of them are in some kind of weird little group for the greater good, and they all killed him.
It can't be Vinny Colpardo. He was doing his tasks in admin.
Monsieur Fish, could you bring in Sir Albert Hall?
Oui, monsieur. I shall ask the security guards to track him down and find him.
Mr. Colpardo.
Très bon, monsieur.
You know nothing... beyond that he had a proposition for you and that it was something bigger than this smuggling ring as part of the Empire. Do you think that he and Sir Albert Hall may have been involved in the smuggling?
Berkule Fish has stepped out of the room, and Vinny replies, he says, well, I didn't know a great deal other than that they had this story for me.
Derek flips the table and is going to get right up in his face because Berkule Fish is out of the room and grab him and go, don't you bullshit me, you little twerp. Tell me the bloody truth.
Keth's going to go over and stand by the door so no one can come in.
I'd like to roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, roll intimidation.
Intimidation.
Oh my god.
21.
Ooh. I mean, yes, he is very much intimidated. So much so, in fact, that when I rolled a Constitution saving throw, he rolled a natural 1 and so passes out and shits himself.
Slap him around the face a little bit, chuck some brandy in his face to try and wake him up.
Holy crap.
Okay, roll damage, because I'm not going to make you roll to hit.
Oh,
1d4.
kill him.
Oh, 1d4.
Don't kill him.
Okay.
An unconscious body. Can you hit it?
That's 3 points of damage.
I mean, you break the guy's nose.
Oh my god.
I look
Burkill
at
Fish is going to return with Sir Albert Hall and be like, what the fuck? Table flip. The guy's unconscious, shat himself with a broken nose.
Is he still unconscious, though?
Yeah, he's unconscious, my friend.
All you did was break his nose. That's not going to wake someone up.
It's just, I didn't try and punch him. I was just trying to slap him about the face. The chops.
You don't know your own strength. You don't know your own strength.
Derek, what's going on? I'm by the. No one's getting in here, but why isn't he talking?
Release him back into the chair, and I look at Keth with a sort of panic.
There's a sort of squelching sound.
Panicked look.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh. A poop reference.
that might not have been the best idea.
Oh, by the gods, Derek. Now what we're going to do with him?
Well, swizzle me gizzards, a second one, a double episode week in all my years. In these wretched waters, I never seen such a thing. You lucky lot, back so soon? Of course you are. Well, pipe down, so I can shower you with wisdom before we get back into the tale. Now, of course, the mighty Royal Britannia pirate galleon would have sunk to the bottom of the sea long ago if it wasn't for you guys listening in out there. So, we owe you a sea monster-sized thank you. Now it's time for one of you to take the limelight for a second, for the last time before Christmas. It's Lord Estus who got in touch via our Instagram page. We get it. Night shifts must suck. So we're here for you. And we'll get you through them. We just hope that you're not, a pilot or a brain surgeon or something, because the last thing you'll need to hear at a tricky moment is Jeff setting everything on fire, or one of Malrus's one-liners. There it is. Yes. It's the random celebrity shout-outs! Unbelievable. It would seem that Emma Thompson and Gary Lineker cannot get enough of Royal Britannia. And if you don't find that unbelievable, then I believe you will believe anything. Believe me. Wait, what's that on the horizon? It looks like some ships. It's a fleet of sponsorships.
Tired of ads crashing your comedy podcast party? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.
Hey there, adventurers. Are you on the quest for a perfect dice set? Or perhaps a handcrafted dice box that's as unique as your character? Well, look no further than Tabletop Dominion. Based in the UK, Tabletop Dominion is your one-stop shop for all things tabletop gaming, offering a wide range of high-quality polyhedral dice and artisan gaming accessories. From sharp-edged resin and liquid core dice sets to handcrafted dice boxes made from exotic woods, Tabletop Dominion has everything you need to elevate your gaming experience. And here's the best part. Now you can use promo code ROLLBRIT for 10% off your order. So join us and the Dominion today and embark on your next adventure with Tabletop Dominion by your side. Visit tabletopdominion.com with promo code ROLLBRIT and get 10% off your order. That's ROLLBRIT for 10% off your order at tabletopdominion.com. Tabletop Dominion. Let the games begin.
Now, I know that Argus may be a work of fiction, a real shame, especially if you're in the market for a magical fake beard, but the Royal Britannia merch store is completely real and ready to go. Just follow the links in our usual social media feeds and have a rummage. The shelves are teeming. And when your booty does arrive in the post, why not send us a photo? It might even earn you an episode shout-out. No, Keth, no. You can't have a shout-out. You're already in the show. Get out of here anyway. Honestly. Now, if you simply just can't wait until the next part of the story, you've had 2 this week, you gannets, check us out on social media. So, whatever floats your boat, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, there's always a shanty being sung on there. You'll be able to chat with the crew, have a natter with one of our other fans. or even bag yourself some groovy prizes. Wherever you get your podcast from, while you're there, you can really help us out by giving Roll Britannia a sparkly 5-star review. In the cutthroat, savage high seas where D&D podcasts sail, it really does help more amazing people like your good selves discover our show. And as always, get that big old subscribe button pressed, or Derek will lock you in his footlocker and shove one of his old socks in your mouth, and you do not want to know where they've been. But that's enough for this week. There's a double episode to get back to, and the Christmas special is nearly here. And I haven't got those for anything yet. And I just said that out loud. They're not getting any. Now get out of here, you yeller bellies. You got a crime to solve. Okay, while you guys try and sort that out, let's jump back over to Malrus and see what's going on there.
Hey.
You've searched every book on the shelves now, Malrus, and you have not found a secret safe hidden anywhere behind anything. But as you are getting to the last books on the last shelf,
Typically.
you hear a sound.
Click, click, click.
And it's a sound you've only ever heard in expensive hotels before. It is the sound of a flush from the next room.
Oh no, someone's in the bathroom.
Lady Fotherington's just laid.
An egg. And out of the bathroom does indeed step Lady Fotherington Alexandria Knightsbridge Etherington. And she strolls into the Colonel's lounge and takes a seat on one of the well-worn Chesterfield sofas and picks up a delicate-looking book and begins to read.
I am going to... Am I at the bottom of the ladder now? Am I still on the ladder?
You are at the bottom of the ladder, yes.
Okay, I'm just going to walk to the closet and hide in there.
Okay.
Very, very, very... Shall I roll stealth just in case there's like creaky floorboards or something?
Yeah, do. I mean, have advantage because you are invisible.
Okay.
But you do make sounds,
Why
so...
hide in the closet if you're invisible?
Don't ask the
To
logic.
be fair,
this is
wipe
what's
the
happening.
table and punch a guy in the nose.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah.
Point, Derek.
Why
You
why
fucking
knock out
freak.
and make the guy shit himself?
That'll be 23.
Still trying to think.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
get
you
out
do that
one.
without her noticing.
Okay.
So Malrus is now in the closet.
Hey, I get to jump out at some point.
You're going to come out of the
I'm
closet
gonna-
during this episode at some point.
Oh, I was waiting for a closet gang.
Whilst I'm in there, I'm going to leave the door cracked a little bit just to see what she's up to do, what she's doing.
Okay, you do that.
Peeping Malrus.
She is reading a book. Jeff, how's the wine getting on?
So, despite the offer to get to taste every single bottle of wine, I thought there's probably a better, more sensible way of doing this. So, just have a quick cursory look to see if there's any kind of anything that would have been injected into or through corks or anything in the wine cellar, any remnants. I've had a little roll and I got a natural 1. Standard Jeff, classic me. Let's get back to the norm.
You roll a natural 1 and you are convinced that every single bottle has had something injected into it.
Derek, I've found out some very, very useful information. I have a feeling that every single one of these bottles of wine in this house has been poisoned in some manner with a sleeping agent that was probably the reason that we all went unconscious last night. It's definitely the wine.
Give me a minute, Jeff. Sort of just dealing with something here.
All right,
but
okay.
it's very.
But just thought I'd let you know.
I'll pass you
Don't
over to
drink
Keth.
the wine.
Keth, and I'll just
Keth.
give him the Stone of Far speech, and I'm going to go into the corner and drink quite a large brandy.
Look,
Okay.
I'm right in the middle of what you would not believe. What is it?
I just say, don't drink the wine, then hang up.
What the? Ugh. And I'll throw the stone back towards Derek. Derek, right. Grab that bottle of brandy, sling it. Well, sling the contents into the fire. There'll be a big flash, don't worry. Then put the empty bottle in Vinny's hand and an empty glass, and it'll look like he's just drank himself stupid. Wow.
And broken his own nose.
And broke his own nose.
And knocked
could've
over
fallen
the table
over.
in the process.
This is that was going to be the bit that you were going to make up. Over to you, Captain Chaos.
As you're having this conversation, Berkule Fish re-enters the room,
Merde!
accompanied by Sir Albert Hall.
Thank God you're here. Look what's happened.
So
His nerves overcame him. He drank. Well, we couldn't stop him from drinking, and he smashed his face on the table. I think he shot himself, but Derek was about to administer first aid. Weren't you, Derek?
Derek, you just fully call him out now.
Mr. Hall. Perhaps I could get you a drink.
I'd rather think that you. Well, do you have any left? It rather looks like the chap here's drank it all.
Well, we got loads of whiskey. There's plenty of single malts.
Perhaps just a soda.
Jolly good, I'll have one of those
then.
then.
Okay, fine. I'll pour him a large drink, and I'd like to use sleight of hand and drop one of the truth serums into it. Not the expired one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, roll sleight of hand.
Just wipe those knuckles off, please, Derek. There's blood and snot on them.
Sleight of hand. Okay, my expertise is not in sleight of hand. 18.
Oh, he's going to say, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh, he does do it.
Ooh, interesting.
Goodness
Slip it in.
gracious.
Actually, I'm going to roll for Berkule Fish as well.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he doesn't see you do it either.
He does not see you.
I was with a sort of a rather shaky
Keth.
hand, and I'll say,
Keth doesn't know he's done it.
It's a fair point. Does Keth know you've done this?
Because you can't tell him.
I can't tell him.
Keth, do you see this? Roll perception.
Roll perception, I guess, yeah.
Beat an 18.
No.
No, you don't know either.
With a rather shaky hand, I'll hand Sir Albert Hall the drink and say, I could explain, but I'd rather just talk to you for a moment. Here.
Berkule Fish has wandered over to Sir Albert Hall, and nose wrinkled. He holds a scented handkerchief up to his nose and inspects the damage that you've caused to this poor innocent journalist.
Mr. Fish, I apologise.
Now, this is quite a mess you have created here. What did you allow this man to do?
It's my first time being on this side of the interrogation table.
That is something I believe.
His nerves got the better of him. You saw how nervous he was, Berkule.
Is this not usually how it's done?
Traditionally, monsieur, this is, I would say, the culmination of too much interrogation. We say this is no good because in a state like this, the accused cannot, in the technical language of my people, answer any more questions.
If only we had a cleric on hand, it might be quite helpful.
I believe you did have young miracles.
We could
with
use
Malrus.
some sort of miracle right now to break him.
Yeah, seems not to be here. I did ask none of you to leave the room, but it seems your party has cut itself in half. I will look for them. I bid you adieu.
Best
he wanders out of the room.
We've got a hunter.
And leaves you alone with an unconscious, bleeding, shit-stinking Vinnie Colpardo and a Sir Albert Hall who says, right then, chaps, will you have a drink with me?
Absolutely. Let me just remove Mr. Colpardo to the corner. He's quite fresh.
Put him in the corner, prop him up.
I'm just going to drag him in the chair and just pop him up.
I'm gonna move over to Vinnie Colpardo and just mop up some of the blood from him and take the bottle out of his hand, clean him up, be a bit more respectful to him, as the sort of red mist is fading from Derek's eyes. And then I'm going to collapse, almost exhausted, onto whatever chair is nearby, and sort of go.
How many chairs are left in the room?
There are two spare chairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
One was destroyed in a bizarre accident. And
one just disappeared. Just disappeared into the
one
valley.
disappeared, and one's a bit smelly. No.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll stand.
Pour yourself some
Albert
drinks.
Hall just sat down on the shack-covered chair.
No. That's over
Vinny's
with
still in,
Vin.
man.
Vinny's still on the shitty chair.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
you just dragged the chair over, not the actual body. I thought you
dragged
dumped the
him
body
on
in
the
the
chair.
corner.
Yeah. Just in a smelly
Okay.
recovery position.
I've got to be honest. Sir Albert. I hope you don't mind me calling you Sir Albert.
Absolutely, sir. That is, as they say, my name.
The events of today have rather rattled me somewhat. It's not often.
Understandable, young chap. Fellow like yourself probably hasn't seen death.
No, I've not.
Only beard loss.
Is that through the speech?
I mean, not six breakfast.
Did you say that into this
Yes,
episode of
yes.
Farfeed from the closet?
Yeah. Very, very quietly.
Okay, re-roll your stealth, Malrus.
You Burke.
This interview's about to get cut short as Malrus gets discovered coming out the closet.
Oops.
If Jeff loses consciousness,
23.
does the invisibility spell end?
Yeah, if I go unconscious, then yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh,
Don't drink too much.
You just gonna knock me out now, James? Is that what is that?
Oh well, you're in a wine cellar. I mean, I don't know much you're drinking.
Not a lot if he thinks it's all poisoned.
Yeah, I've not drunk any of it.
Okay.
Just smashed some bottles. What? I'm suspicious now.
Sir Albert, I gather you have quite the reputation for, well, they call you, and forgive this, the Butcher of Shark Bay, don't they?
No, sir. That's the Brigadier General, my friend.
I apologise. It's all been a bit of a whirlwind.
Sir Albert, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind me call you Sir or Albert? How would you like it?
Sir Albert or Albert Hall will be sufficient.
How about Al?
Sir Al will be acceptable.
Sir Al. Okay, Sir Al. So, why did you not like the Colonel?
Well, frankly, sir, he's well, brother-in-law after all. Never much cared for the man. He's a bit of an odd sort, if you know what I'm saying. He's he has somewhat of a reputation, and frankly, my career has been one for peace and justice and keeping the world a safer place, if you know what I'm saying. Seems the Colonel here was very much about getting to the bottom of things and using any method that he deemed necessary. Don't get me wrong, the chap had an uncanny knack for getting the answers he was looking for, but frankly, look, it seems like sometimes finding the answers you're looking for aren't necessarily the answers you should be finding.
Can I roll like an insight or a perception? Has he drunk any of the drink yet?
He has drank some of the drink, yes.
Okay, cool.
Turn up the fire.
Why is it
Make
that
him
you...
thirsty. Sorry.
Why is it that you... Well,
throw another chair on.
Yeah, you've popped a chair on, so I assume it's already raging, much like me. Why is it then this morning that you didn't seem shocked at all that he'd been killed in the night?
It's not so much that I wasn't shocked, young fellow. It was more that I wasn't really bothered. Frankly, the old oik needed a good telling off, and, well, the world's a better place without him.
Ooh, not great to say.
Sir Al, where you said you had, your career was upstanding and doing the right thing. What was your career? Did you serve?
Certainly did, young man. Did you?
No.
You answered that very not confidently.
Don't worry, there's a delay in the feed.
I'm going to roll insight.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I also roll an insight check?
Are we going to get Keth's backstory in this one?
That was not good. Never mind. It was a 9.
Well, I mean, if you roll deception...
Yes. Okay.
I got a 13.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I got a 16.
Well, he believes you.
Of course he does. Where did you serve, Sir
I was
Al?
a captain, you see, in the armed forces. Military man. Army. Led a small team out in the outer reaches, trying to conquer some of the mountainous lands. Never knew the name of the country myself.
Really? And you got a knighthood as well?
Well, when you've achieved the greatness that I've achieved in my life.
Commendable, I have to say.
By the way, who has the murder weapon currently?
I believe Jeff has it, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Of course he does.
A small team, so like what? A specialised squad?
Forage party, you might say.
Okay. Look, couple of questions and then, because my head's a little bit of a mess at the moment, much like, and I just gesture to Vinny Colpardo. Before he had his unfortunate accident, Mr. Colpardo there suggested that you and the Colonel had some sort of proposition, some big story.
I'm not certain what the Colonel wanted to speak to him about, but as soon as I knew he was coming, I certainly had to, well, offer up a service of mine. A certain inside piece of information that I had acquired during, well, from contact I still have within the armed forces.
And what sort of what information would that be? What piece of information would that be?
Well, it's funny you mentioned the Butcher of Shark Bay. The Brigadier General, you see, has achieved much greatness, but, well, the way I see it, he achieved it at the expenditure of many innocent lives. And, well, while that is generally the case in military expeditions, you generally want to subtract the number of casualties from your side and theirs, and you want fewer on yours than they do on theirs. Certainly this may have been the case with the Brigadier General, but the numbers seem to be somewhere in the region of 90 or so percent on both sides, which I would argue involves mostly just throwing human beings at each other.
Unironically, Derek says, God, well, that's just excessive, isn't it?
It certainly seems that way. Well, I don't know why I feel compelled to tell you, but since the chap over there has come all this way, and I need to tell someone this story, it seems like he may not be the man. Maybe one of you could get the word out. I mean, the story can't come from me, you see, because, well, the Royal Guard tend to look very, very poorly on those who whistle blow, but, well...
We can ensure you remain anonymous, Sir Albert.
The General there, he often knew much more than he let on, and he seems to have made many decisions over his career that have resulted in the needless death of many of his men. And frankly, on many an occasion, the willing death of many of his men, for reasons known only to himself. You see, he seems to be from a school of thought of, well, let's just attack them where they are the strongest, despite the fact that many have given him advice to the contrary. Shark Bay is the matter of hand of which I wish to speak.
Go ahead.
In that situation, there was a very obvious ploy which would have resulted in, well, if not no casualties, but very minimal on our side, and frankly the total defeat of the enemy. Shark Bay, as it turned out, was a total arsehat. The ploy which he instructed was to put all his men on one ship and sail it straight at the enemies. As you can understand, the ship was riding low in the water because it was overweight. Riding slowly, it caught a reef and was beached there, at which point the 40 or so enemy ships he was facing off obliterated it. A simple matter, of course, would have said that a small raiding party on the far side of the island could have captured the land of which they were attempting to defend, seizing control of the fort, which therefore occupied it. The forces then would have had nowhere to land, and would have been set, as it were, to sea.
So why would he do something so costly?
He likes a glorious battle at sea. He values glory and excitement over victory.
You'd rather have the nickname, the Butcher of Shark Bay travels further than just another tick-in-the-box victory. Is that what you're saying?
Certainly, sir, and, well, for me, that doesn't stand.
I have to agree.
It seems that needlessly sacrificing your men when a simple plan would have solved the problem, especially when that plan was presented to him on no less than 13 occasions.
Were you one of the 13?
I certainly was.
Last night, and apparently a couple of times, you were seen by several different people leaving the room with the Lady Fotherington, entering separately, both disgruntled.
Yes.
Could you explain that to me, please?
I could.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sir Albert, just to go back to the Shark Bay incident, the survivors, any survivors of that particular conflict, are they... I gotta say, they were survive, or maybe perhaps surviving families of the butchered soldiers. Are any of them still alive? Would any of them wish a revenge?
I would strongly imagine that there are many families alive today who, are less than fond of the Brigadier General.
Of course. Any of those have you had any dealings with them since? Has anyone particularly voiced their rage? And
not personally, no.
No.
I do know that many of the soldiers aboard that ship were, in fact, conscripts from across the Empire.
I see.
What were you discussing with Lady Fotherington last night when you left
With
the room
Lady
together?
Fotherington, nothing.
You didn't actually get to speak to her?
The lady that you left the room with and came back
Yes?
abashed. What were you discussing with her?
We're discussing our previous engagement.
And what was your previous engagement?
At this point, chaps, I have to ask you to, well, be discreet. You see, I was a young man once, and, well, wealth and youth tend not to go very well hand in hand. They tend to result in indiscreet decisions.
Recklessness. And I just glance about the room. Trust me, Sir Albert, I wouldn't want any detail of the events here to leave this room.
You see, my wife doesn't know.
Ah.
And
I see.
I was financing a young lady in her
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
interests.
I thought it was called snogging.
Particularly when those interests involved me.
But they don't involve you anymore, or they still do?
Not to this day.
But she was in charge of the guest list, so why would she invite you?
It seems, young man, that my wife was the invitee as the sister of the late colonel, and I was invited as her husband.
So you were the +1.
In a word, yes.
Financing Lady Fotherington's interests.
No, not Lady Fotherington, no.
What's her name? This woman that we know as Lady Fotherington that you seem to say, not Lady Fotherington.
Well,
We're without a doubt referring to the same person, so what's the name that you know her by?
well, that we are, young sir. You see, when I knew her, her name was Elsie.
Elsie what?
Dagger.
Not related.
I wonder if she's related to our Lord.
Not.
Elsie.
Sorry,
Dagger.
did you say gold dagger?
Elsie Dagger. Amazing.
You got it now, you got it.
Yeah. Said it a couple of times.
What happened to those guys?
Oh,
God.
it took a moment. I saw the light go on. I saw it.
So this Elsie Dagger, she was not a lady. She was She wasn't an upstanding member of.
Is it bad that I've just got it?
Oh my god!
It took the tune as well. She wasn't. She was what, a commoner? She has a murky.
I
past?
believe.
And how did she meet this colonel? How did they hook up? Because she fed us a crock of bullshit, to be honest.
Agreed.
To be honest, son, it's not something I'm aware of how it happened. It's, frankly, none of my business. You see, as soon as the financing from my side dried up, she vanished. The next time I saw her, here she was.
Shacked up with the colonel.
Which is the first time I'd seen her, you see. I didn't recognize her at first. Well, she's changed her hair, you see. She had long brown hair the last time I saw her. Now it's this sort of short, silvery bob that she's sporting.
Your wife, your brother-in-law, we found in his study a safe that doesn't seem to have any door or ability to access it. Is there anything you could help us out with there?
As far as I know, safes like that are only openable by the person who possesses them.
Who possesses them?
Well, an owner of an object, not simply the person holding the item in question. Possession is not just a physical attachment, you see. Possession is, as they say, an ownership implied.
And 9/10 of the law.
That's just something they say, young man.
I see. So now that the colonel
I don't know. I've been
has-
arrested for possession quite a few times.
Yes, Keth.
So now that the colonel has expired, now his belongings belong to somebody else, which means the safe belongs to somebody else. Now, we need to find the will and testament of the colonel, the late colonel, to find out who his belongings go to, therefore, vis-a-vis, ergo, the safe.
Ipso facto.
Hey, thanks, Derek. You've done this before.
Cogito ergo sum. I've been in court a lot of times, mate.
Bless you. So,
You see, the problem is cyclical. We don't know who the safe belongs to without opening the will, and the will itself would tell us who it belongs to, but we can't read it until we open the safe.
It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, surrounded by a mystery and the walls of a safe.
With some Schrödinger thrown in.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very good.
Listen, sir, I feel rather queer. You see, I drank this whiskey, but I
Hey,
feel
hey,
like
hey, hey. Look, I don't mind what you get up to in the privacy of your own home. But I don't swing that way, mate.
I believe one of our colleagues is in a closet.
We just want him to come out. It's okay. You know, we love him, and we just hope one day he can be honest with us.
Oh, God. I think, Derek, I've asked everything I need to ask.
If you wouldn't mind, Sir Albert, not that you've got anywhere else to go, but just sit tight. We might need your assistance further on down the line. Perhaps you could convince your wife to help us open that safe, and we'll work on
I'll certainly have a go.
Dagger.
It's not like I can go anywhere else, is it? Have you seen that side?
But I do thank you for your patience, your time, and seem like a decent chap.
Oh, Tally-ho, yes. I'm off now. I've got to go and rub one out.
That cocktail you fixed is tremendous, Derek.
It bloody worked, didn't it? I mean, see you later, sir.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Berkule Fish is sort of standing in the corner of the room looking slightly mouth agape, just sort of not quite believing the state of the interview that's just happened. And he says, Monsieur, the time is getting on for us today. We have had some very interesting interviews. I think perhaps it may be time for...
How long's passed? How much time has passed?
Several hours. It's definitely late afternoon now. We're coming up on dinner time.
So me and Malrus are no longer invisible. My spell only lasts an hour. Just
yes.
An FYI for Malrus. You're now very visible, but you are in a closet.
He's watching a lady do things.
In the thing, just in case, like, there might be, compromise or something, I'm just gonna ring both of them in the Stone of Far Speech and just go, well, we've gathered quite a lot of information. Malrus, we might need you to heal one of us. There's been a bit of accidental damage. It's nobody's fault.
Accidental, eh?
Yeah.
No one's to blame. No one is to blame.
Did somebody fall into something again, Derek?
A couple of times, yeah.
Malrus, re-roll your stealth check.
Was this Stone of Far Speech not on vibrate?
No, but he was talking.
Oh, man, we've got so much info.
Oh, yeah.
22.
That one went really well. Who'd have thought you just need a truth serum?
You're still stealthed.
That was pleased with that.
Malrus, you've just heard that this interview's gone on and that you're needed. You're still in a closet. You can see into the Colonel's lounge from where you are. What are you going to do?
Did Malrus hear the whole interview?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
He didn't hear the whole.
He doesn't know that Lady Foz is not Lady Foz.
No.
Neither does Jeff.
No.
I was actually hoping that me lurking in the closet, as it were, would enable me to glean some sort of information. She might be talking to herself or somebody that would
often
reveal some sort of information.
Revealing my evil plots to myself in my home.
Yeah,
Tonight I shall destroy the world in this way.
just
going to practice my evil monologue.
Yeah.
But if that's not going to happen,
I guess you could roll very briefly. You could roll, I guess, investigation, but possibly perception.
Shall I roll both and see which is the best one?
No, let's do investigation. You're deliberately listening in.
Okay.
Yeah.
We really should have known that she wasn't really who she said she was. Her name was fucking fake.
Oh. And that was a nat 20 plus 1.
Oh, nat 20. Okay.
He hears everything.
He hears everything.
He
hears her thoughts.
He knows her actual birthday.
I'm going to take some notes.
Her weight.
Her natural hair colour.
How many people she slept with. Everything.
Age, sizes.
Her full
You
criminal
overhear... You hear her say something to herself. You hear her say, "Oh, damn fool. Never told me how to get into that safe. If I could get in there, I could make sure I see the will first. Right. That damn journalist is suspicious, though. What is he doing?
Does she happen to say, and that's why I killed him?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
Just a thought.
Does she say, that half-orc's a bit nice,
Bit of
isn't
all
it?"
Yeah, she does say that, actually.
Get
She's,
in,
Yeah.
said one man
Just,
to another, really. Never mind.
Might have gone and see that half-orc, though. Strapping, a bit short, but
Nah.
definitely a bit of me.
Oh.
And while you're doing that, you hear you hear in the distance in the house a bell ringing, which causes the lady Foz to stand up and sort of adjust her attire ever so slightly and go. Sort of, you see her just sort of plaster a smile on her face and say, "Right, my audience awaits," and sweeps out of the room, past the closet, and down the corridor and out of the door.
Well, that was good then, that was, wasn't it? I am going to follow her
Okay.
once she's sort of gone, because obviously I'm
Yep.
stealthy and I don't want to, fuck with that.
Yep.
Do I have to unlock the door and lock it again? Or has she
yeah, I'm not
carelessly
gonna-
left it open?
Yeah, she's left it unlocked.
Okay. And I'm gonna. It is, isn't
it's
it?
it really is.
He
isn't
happened to catch it just before it clicked closed and just sneaked it
it? Yeah,
back
you did.
up.
You did that thing where you just sort of just as you're stealthily running up the corridor behind her, and just put a toe just out of it slightly, so it just about doesn't catch.
Stifle like a. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a fire door or something.
Bloody fire doors. And then.
So for the casual observer, the door would look closed, but it's just a fraction too open for the latch to catch. That's all.
And then in that case, where do I go next? Oh, let me have a look at the map.
Where do I limp to next?
Where do I limp to next? Where are the guys? Are they in the game room?
You have a stone of fast switch. You could ask them.
I suppose.
Just
But I'm also
follow the
feeling
heat.
rather
So,
sleepy.
can we have a little bit, Malrus? Look, we're not going to do so much exposition here. If you want to know something, ask them.
Guys, where are
Don't
you?
ask me.
You're the instruction manual, James.
We're in the games room, Malrus. We could use a
Bring
hand.
air freshener.
We could use a hand.
I'm in a cellar.
We need to catch.
Jeff, what
we
have
need
you
to-
been up to?
I've been smashing poisoned wine.
All of
Right.
it.
I don't want it to hurt.
Have you been smashing wine the whole time you've been down there?
Yep.
Is it all
Hold on.
smashed?
Well, yeah,
Is
it's
it
all
all smashed?
Yeah, I wanted to smash it all.
All of it.
Yeah,
Please don't smash. Keep one bottle, please.
8.
I've smashed it all. It was poisoned.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's always helpful
Is he-
bottle of poisoned wine.
It's not
You
actually
have so
poisoned.
far smashed 88,232 gold's worth of wine.
Oh my
That's
god.
even
There is
worse
a
than last
shit
time.
ton of broken glass and claret
88,000 what?
flooding the basement.
80.
88,000. I can't remember.
And change.
88,632
Yeah.
That's a
Squillion.
new record.
gold.
I love how he's
That's a new
writing it
record.
down.
I mean, that's
personal best.
I mean, that is.
I want to work out how
enough
much I
gold
managed.
to buy a small city.
That's one hell of a rage room.
If the Colonel wasn't dead, he'd be furious.
It's approximately 1/3 of the wine collection.
I didn't
It's
think.
1/3.
Okay, I
Keith, bring us a bottle, Jeff. Bring us a bottle. Whatever you do, don't drink it. We could use it as a trap for somebody.
We need to catch you guys up on what we've learned as well. You will not believe it.
I'm going to quickly turn invisible again because I'm covered in wine, and I don't want anyone to see that. So I'm just going to head back to the room and get a shower. And to be honest,
I mean, you will smell like a vineyard.
but
walking
they'll
around
just
there.
have to smell it. I'm getting quite sleepy, guys. This is exhausting smashing wine, so I might have to head back to the room, shower, maybe have a nap, right, regain some spell slots.
You're gonna need them.
That's what I'm gonna do because I've been turning people invisible, smashing shit, just going crazy over here. It's been a whirlwind of a day. I think I need a nap.
Jeff, why? Why have you been like?
Well, to be honest, you guys.
I'll tell you what. Let's link up. Shall we have this conversation in person?
Go on then.
Are you all gonna head back
There's
to
a
the
good
room?
reason for
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Vinny Corpado is still unconscious, so I need.
That's
Malrus.
fine. Leave him there.
I need Malrus to come and like revive him a little bit.
Okay.
Can't
Are you doing that, Malrus?
Yes,
Keth just give him some good berries.
Okay.
I suppose.
No,
So
he's unconscious.
Malrus returns to the room and
into his mouth.
Berkul Fish. He says, Monsieur Miracles with Malrus. How pleasant of you to join us. Where have you been, Monsieur? Why do you have apple on your feet?
I just went for a snack.
With your feet.
With your feet?
Yes.
Has he been leaving?
Has
he left a trail of apple across that private?
He sure
quarters?
has.
Oh, crap.
Fuck.
She's not very observant, is she?
No, she rolled a 4.
Oh, God. That was already checked. Shit.
Oh, fuck.
You know that perception check when we first did the stealth when he hid in the closet? Yeah, she rolled a 4.
Oh God.
Nice.
That's not going to do it.
So she saw nothing.
Oh man.
Okay, yeah, and he's Berkul Fish. He says, Monsieur, I believe you are a cleric. We have poor Vinny Carpato. He has fallen ill.
Stand aside. You're about to witness a miracle.
Oh, God.
Ah, Monsieur. Je t'aime.
Oh, I wish I could be there.
This is a character change, isn't it?
And that's going on a t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
I've rolled an 8 for healing word.
Oh, for
so,
fuck's sake.
yeah.
Yeah, eight hit points, I guess.
Oh, I thought it was like you rolled an 8, so therefore you don't heal him. You're like,
No,
you're about to
no.
witness a miracle. Nothing happens.
Yeah, Vinny Carpato comes to, and he says, "Oh, what's his? Oh, no."
I'd like to put a hand on his shoulder and presumably forcing him to
The
flee
shame.
and say,
Oh my.
"Mr. Colpardo,
Yes. Oh.
and Mr. Fish, and to be honest, you," and I'll just gesture to Keth because I can't be bothered to either remember or not remember whether we're using names. I just say,
Don't worry,
just
Dick,
wanna-
it's fine.
I just want to.
Oh, Rick, sorry.
I have been quite the dick, but I just want to apologise, especially to you, Mr. Colpardo. But I might have something that might make it up to you.
I mean, it's going to have to be pretty good. I'm sitting here in my own filth.
That's a fucking quote. Well,
Be sure to get the chocolate truffles.
how is the biggest scoop of your life? And I'll just tell him all of the stuff that Albert Hall told me and go like, but it can't come from Albert Hall. He told us in confidence, and I said I'd pass it on to you.
As you're telling him this, he gets out a really tiny notepad and is jotting it all down in shorthand. And he says, if this is true, this really is the biggest scoop of my career.
I will announce
shall have to
now. I
investigate,
gave him a truth serum, lads. So it's got to be.
You had a truth serum? Did you give me any?
Yes.
What did I say? Oh, have I had a reaction? Is this why I'm this way?
Yes.
Yes. Deception.
It would
check.
seem you're allergic to
You
truth serum.
roll
Vinny.
deception.
That's a natural one.
He fucking sees through you.
Do I have to roll because I lied as well?
Yes. But it's not going to help because he doesn't believe.
No, what I rolled wouldn't help because I was better. I did roll
Was it
better,
2?
than Alex, but it was a big fat 2.
Twice mine. It's fine.
He says, "I don't think you did. I think I would I would know.
Yes.
You must excuse me. I have to go and shower and then write this up. But I will see you all later for dinner. Yes,
Mr. I was going to say Poirot. Mr. Fish.
Mr. Fish.
Would you be able to arrange for a couple of the guards to keep watch over Mr. Colpardo for us, please?
Monsieur, I may certainly ask this, but they do not work for me, so I will certainly inquire as to their availability to cover such an errand, but
I just think
I cannot
it'd be
guarantee
smart.
this.
Better place him on suicide watch.
I think this man has the scoop of a lifetime. He is unlikely to kill himself until this story is at least written.
Fair. Absolutely fair enough.
He's going to clean himself up. He's a disgrace.
Well, it certainly is, monsieur. He absolutely stinks.
Is Jeff still invisible?
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I went invisible again on my way back to the bedroom.
Okay. Oh, you're actually just going back to the bedroom. You're not coming to the games room. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So, are you guys done with your investigation for the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're done here, glancing around at the chaos that is not clearing
Oui,
up.
monsieur. I believe we shall all
Turn
get
down the fire, Jeff.
dressed for dinner, washed and cleaned, and I will see you all in the dining room with all the suspects later, and we shall have another discussion. And you go back to the room and you discuss the things that you've learned with each. Do you discuss the things you've learned with each other?
Yeah.
Or are you Is anyone keeping anything secret?
No.
I haven't really got
So
a
you're-
lot to keep
no.
secret, to be fair, so...
Is Jeff
Okay.
what you're going to tell us about all of the stuff that you did to Malrus in the kitchen?
Yeah, actually, are you?
Yeah, I want to brag about it. It was a prank. As far as I was concerned, it was a prank. I was like, this is going to be the first thing I do. Like, because I'm still be invisible when the guys... I imagine I'm going to go home, go into the bedroom, but I'll still be invisible for the hour. So... I imagine I'll probably be clean, showered, ready, and everyone else will just turn up in the room. And then suddenly I'll appear because everyone will be there, and I'll be like, guess what I did, guys?
Oh, shit. Something useful for the investigation, I hope.
Nah, I put a sack on Malrus's head.
Not a chance.
That was me in the kitchen pantry.
Who else would it have been?
And he's got apples on his feet. I don't know. In fairness, he did that to himself.
Oh, man. Oh, that is bloody hilarious. I could use a lightening of the mood.
I'm hoping...
But what did you really find out, though?
That there was a lot of...
What did you really find out?
A lot of poisoned wine in this house. But I've got rid of at least a third of it.
Did you get any... Did you bring back a bottle?
Yeah, I got this one.
Excellent. I'll take the bottle of poison wine off him.
It's not actually poisoned wine.
Yeah.
As far as you're concerned, it is.
Yeah,
It's
true,
just been told by someone.
Yeah, told that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was just double checking that Alex was aware.
Yeah, no.
When you put that
Derek no.
when you put that in your inventory, can you put it as quote
Poisoned.
poison
Yeah.
wine?
Poisoned wine.
Yeah.
Could just be great.
No, it is wine.
It is wine.
It is wine.
Also,
it's a very expensive
I think
bottle
it's
of
worth
wine,
noting
actually.
because it's an item that I'm going to have to say I've used. I'm going to use another bar of soap in this shower.
Okay.
Because I'm scared that I just need to have this deception protection. I don't really. Do we?
Okay.
Yeah, just in case.
Well, it's
It
up to
can't
you.
hurt.
It's your soap. You do what you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soapy goodness.
I mean, you. Okay. So you all do that, and eventually you head down for dinner, freshly freshened up. Do you? I mean, you've only got the one outfits with you, really. You didn't really bring anything else, so you just tidy yourselves up, head down for dinner very quickly. What did we order?
Not wine.
What's on the dinner menu? Not wine.
Yeah, I don't.
Apple juice.
Have you all gone teetotal, or is it just spirits?
I'm just going to drink brandy.
I'm still on the apple.
Just brandy.
Whiskey.
juice.
He's...
Yeah, I'm going to ask for some apple juice, freshly squeezed.
I'm going to have
They
a...
apologise to you and say that they can't do apple juice because some weirdos crushed all the apples onto the pantry
Inexplicably.
floor.
They must have a reserve of apple juice. I'm not. This is unacceptable. Don't make me go to that kitchen. I'll go back into that kitchen and I'll get a cup full of my apple juice myself.
I'll have a litre of beer
Oh, what's that?
and
What's that,
a
Ultimist?
beef
You found
Wellington
some in the
chaser.
back?
Nice, beef Wellington, very nice.
I'll see Keth's beef Wellington. And I was like, oh, that's I'm actually quite starving, to be honest.
It's been a long
This might be
day.
the first meal you've ever eaten in game.
I didn't order the beef Wellington because I thought it would be a shoe, and now I've got jealous, and I'm going to try and sneak bites or slices of Derek's and Keth's.
Sleight of hand.
3. Never mind. I fail. I get 4.
What's happened to Jeff?
I know. I kind of want to stab my fork into Jeff's hand as he goes near
Roll
me.
to hit. Roll to
Beef
hit.
Wellington was a shoe.
It's got Wellington in the title.
That's true. Fair. To not 20.
Does that hit? Brilliant.
You can stab me with a fork.
So this is going to be double damage then.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I guess it's probably going to have the same stats as a dagger.
Okay. Right. I'm quite proficient with daggers.
Oh, good.
I imagined you would be.
Well,
So-
at least, you're rolling high when it
Somebody's
counts.
getting fired tonight.
Yeah,
What did you
Yeah.
roll?
especially when I rolled a 4 with it, and that's an 8 then on top. So 8 altogether.
So Keth reaches over as you reach your Jeff as you reach your knife and fork over to try and carve off a sliver of beef Wellington from Keth's plate. Oh, a foolish move, a foolish errand at the best of times. Keth is casually facing the other way, just chatting away to I don't imagine. Just who were you talking to?
I was talking to Sir Albert because I like him.
Sir Albert. So you're chatting away to Sir Albert, and at the corner of your eye, you see this knife and fork just sort of reaching in towards your plate. And without even turning, you just casually pick up the fork and stab down. And you take 8 points of piercing damage, and your hand is currently impaled on the table.
Oh, sorry, sir. Let me take care of that. Just go pull it out.
Big squirt of blood.
I'm gonna turn over
Lycos
to
is
Malrus.
immediately there, and he says, "Oh, very droll, sir. This is. Oh, you would imagine this is a rare occurrence, but it actually happens more than you might imagine at this table."
You've got a procedure for being stabbed by a fork.
And he is already bandaged in hand, attending to your wounds.
Thank you.
And he says, "There you are, sir. Just try not to be stabbed again."
Could I have a fresh fork, please? This is dirty now.
Certainly, sir. And he and pulls a fresh fork from you know not where and just appears in
Could
his
I
hand.
order the
And
beef
he says,
Wellington?
"There you are, sir." Very well, sir.
This got out of
We'll,
hand
sir, be
quite
having
quickly.
2 desserts as well.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
And you get your beef Wellington with your newly wounded hand and 8 points of damage. Anyway, Malrus, what did you order?
I was
Just-
having the Wellington as well.
Oh,
Wellington's all round.
Wellington's all
Wellington's
round.
all round.
Wellington is the special of the day, and you all enjoy it, and it's lovely. And you have a few brandies, and everyone has quite an early night because no one's really in the mood to have much of a party this evening. What with the last party ending in murder.
That keeps happening. Is it subsidence or something?
So as the evening wears on, you all make your excuses and you all head back to the room. And are you all sharing one bed, or are 3 of you going to the servants' adjoining room and Lord Golddagger having his own room to himself? Yep. What's the plan? What's the layout for this evening's nocturnal
I think
activities?
the Lord should have his own room to keep up the pretenses.
I
Jeff
agree.
wholeheartedly agrees with
Okay.
this.
With the
Can he be
Okay,
trusted
so-
on his own, though?
Oh, God. Which hand?
No,
Which hand did I stab?
Left.
Your left hand. Okay, got that. You sorry, he'll entertain himself. He's still got.
Derek's just gonna go and just crash heavily, mulling over another time where he's lost control and potentially, ruined quite a lot of hard work.
Okay, and so you drift off into your night's sleep. Anyone else?
Jeff obviously has been left on his own in his big bed, and he's lying there, and he sort of keeps getting surges from inside his sort of mind
Oh,
that seem to be
God.
stemming from his eye, and he's sort of not quite sure about why it's coming or what's happening, but there seems to be
I could tell you why. It's
a lot.
Hey,
There seems
Just
to
have
be
both hands.
giggity.
there seems to be a lot of with every time he does a spell, he seems to feel powerful and feel more powerful every time something goes right, and even when things go wrong, it's sort of still quite a good feeling.
In his loins. Oh, sorry.
So when he got to this point where on the island everyone was treating him with such sort of enamor and respect, and suddenly he was the powerful one, the one in charge, it was a great feeling. And as the events have progressed, he feels like this sort of focus that's been on him has now been very much turned to the dead body, and he's lost the power because there's not much focus on him. And so he's sort of, every time he uses his magic, it sort of seemingly makes him angrier. and a little bit looser.
He's acting out.
And there seems to be a bit of a fight internally between him using magic and it sort of generating anger, and him trying to control this anger and finding different ways to deal with it. It's all a bit weird for this young lad finding himself in the magical world of sorcery.
Ooh,
so you've got that fun to deal with. Enjoy that, guys. Puberty.
Very nice.
For sorcery edition.
He's full of magical angst.
Any other pre-sleep?
Yeah, then I just have a
rituals
wank
for-
and it's
for
cool.
the other ones?
Wipe onto the other side of the bed because it's a
There
big
he
bed
is.
and roll over onto the other side.
Okay, sure, nice.
And then all of a sudden he feels a lot calmer.
He just feels really chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's thinking a lot clearer.
Sort of writes a little
Yeah.
note out to the guys apologising for his behaviour, posts it under the door to the adjoining bedroom, and goes to bed. Happy in his thoughts that tomorrow's another day. And he might go and check out a few spell books if there's any or anything like that in the library. And sleep.
Malrus, Keth, any final bedtime thoughts?
Keth's going to lie there, not go to sleep straight away. He's going to think about some of the things that a lot of military guys that we've spoken to. A few bits and pieces have been mentioned, but he's not too worried about it. He wants to know more about Lady Foz, see what's going on there, and he also wants to speak more to Albert Hall, and then the butcher. Just and then he'll drift off to sleep.
Okay. Miracles with Malrus?
I'm just going to sort of think to myself how lucky I am that I've escaped, some sort of severe interrogation about the old TV show, and think, oh, well,
for now,
I have to deal with that another day.
For now.
But for now, I'm going to close my eyes and go to sleep, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day.
So you drift off, and all of you drift off into a dreamless slumber. And then Jeff is awoken. Or awakened. Jeff is awakened. He feels...
post-nut clarity.
Yeah. You feel...
Go for a pee with an erection.
Cold for some reason. You feel like there's a chill breeze. And as you look around the room, you see one of the wardrobes in the corner of the room has a vague light showing through the crack in between the doors, and the cold air seems to be coming from there. And just outside the doors to that particular wardrobe, there is just a few flakes of snow.
So Malrus and Jeff had an invisible food fight. Then the cleric snuck off in a closet out of sight. Jeff found a teddy and smashed some wine. But for Derek and Keth, it was interrogation time. Vinny was made ill. Derek used a pill. The truth serum kicked in and Sir Albert did spill. A fork stabbing at dinner, then off to their room to sleep and get rested, or so they assume. Is it the air that woke Jeff as it suddenly went icier? Find out next time on Roll Britannia.
Whew! That was a long one. You made it all the way to the end, though. Good on you. I mean, pat on the back and everything. And you're still listening. I mean, the episode has finished. But, it's like the Marvel thing. Sometimes there's a bit of an extra thing at the end, so it's worth sticking around. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll give you a spoiler as well. Some sort of interesting tidbit. But today, it's just to tell you about something really exciting. You see, not only is it the holiday period, so everyone's... Well, it's a bit different this year, but let's all love each other and be positive and happy, and next year we'll be back to normal, hopefully. That's my hope. But as long as we're all safe and well. And in the meantime, there's lots of great podcasts to be listening to, like the rest of Royal Britannia, and of course our Christmas special, which comes out on the 23rd and the 24th, so you get a brand new episode on Christmas Eve. Lots to like there. But did you know I'm actually in a special one-shot podcast that our friends at A Fool's Quest have put together, along with one of the guys from Microphones and Monsters as well. The show's called 20-Sided Die Hard, so I'll let you guess what the show's theme is. I mean, there'll be no prizes, but I'll let you guess. And, well, it's my first time as a player character, so that's something exciting. Yeah. Well, you can check that out. Just search for A Fool's Quest wherever it is you find podcasts, and they'll be available part 1 on the 20th and part 2 on the 21st. And then when you've done listening to that, it'll be just about time to listen to the Roll Britannia Christmas special, which, as I say, comes out on the 23rd. So just one day's gap there. Hey, did you know you can listen to Microphones and Monsters as well? They've got a Christmas special, and that's coming out all that week. So you will literally have more podcasts than you can possibly imagine, and lots of fun, smiles, and entertainment over this festive period. All right. Stay safe. See you next time. No, it really has finished now, the episode.
Sports Social Podcast Network. Check out great deals throughout the store at Safeway. This week at Safeway, get mega packs of USDA Choice boneless beef chuck roast for $3.97 per pound with digital coupon, limit 2 packages. Plus, Hass avocados are 10 for $10 member price. And get Fuji apples for just 77 cents per pound with digital coupon. Also this week at Safeway, get selected varieties of Lucerne milk gallons for the member price of $3.99 each when you buy 2. Visit Safeway.com or head into your local store for more deals.